Hello everyone, it's Grayson from Money Shorts. Hope you're having a great day. Today, I decided to do something a little bit different. With all the explosion of AI and particularly ChatGPT, I decided to ask it a pretty simple question. What is the best way to get out of debt? Now, I wasn't expecting much, but its answer actually was quite good. It gave me 6 very distinctive steps. Steps that I actually would share with anybody who is in debt. And steps that I'm going to share with you because it's actually good. It's scary good. So today we're going to go over the 6 steps that AI ChatGPT told me on how to get out of debt and the best way to get out of debt according to itself. Number 1, make a budget. This is crucial when you want to get out of debt. You just can't get out of debt without having a budget. If you don't know what you're doing now, you'll never know where you need to get to. You can't get from point A to point B if you have no idea what point A is. So making a budget is the first step you should do. Everyone should have a budget, no matter how they handle their budgeting process. Everyone should have one. Luckily for you, with the advancement of technology, there are many tools and apps to do this now. One free one is Mint.com. I actually used this when I was getting out of debt a long time ago. It's still free. The beauty of it is you can put in all of your accounts, your bank accounts, your credit cards, if you have student loans, investment accounts, and it will tell you an overall picture of how well you're doing. Now, it typically won't be able to pull so much data from certain bank accounts, so maybe it might give you 3 months of data. It might give a little bit more, but it'll give you a general picture, and then you can go through the data and actually check it out and see if it's categorized correctly, so you can put it in the right places for groceries, shopping, utilities, what have you. So I recommend Mint.com as a quick and easy budgeting tool. I personally use Simplify, which is a paid app. I like it just a little bit more, but if you're in debt, I do not recommend you buy an app. Do not pay for anything right now. You're trying to get out of debt, and the $36 a year that I pay can go towards debt repayment. Step 2, prioritize debt repayment. Now, ChatGPT focuses specifically on the debt avalanche method. This is something that I used and I enjoy. I think it's the best method if you want to get paid off debt the quickest. It attacks your highest interest debts first and then go towards the lowest interest debts. So when you do the avalanche method, you list your highest debt interest rate first, all the way to the lowest. It doesn't matter how much you owe on each. So then you pay the minimum monthly payment on all of your debts, and any extra money that you have goes towards the first and highest interest debt. And then as you pay that off, you take all the money that you used for that payment and you wrap it into the one below it, still making the minimum monthly payments for all of them every month. You have to make sure you make the minimum monthly payments. Now, this focuses purely on mathematics and it doesn't use any emotion. The key to this is that it's very different from the snowball method, which does the opposite, which does the smallest amount due to the largest amount, and those give you the quicker wins so you can celebrate and keep on going. That method is popularized by Dave Ramsey. That's his entire method. It's very good. I actually started out with that method and then realized I wanted to move towards the avalanche method to save me quite a bit of money over the 4 years that it took me to pay off debt. But no matter what, step 2, the most important part is that you actually find something that works for you. You could change in between. It doesn't matter. Just figure out something that works. Number 3, increase your income. This is one that we should probably all be focusing on no matter if we have debt or not. We should always be aiming to increase our income in some way or the other. This could be getting a raise. This could be working overtime. This could be getting another job that pays you more, or this could be finding a side hustle. I did about 10 side hustles when I was getting out of debt. I helped people over the weekend move. I would answer Craigslist ads in order to move people's furniture, clean their yards, wash their cars. Whatever I could do to earn a little extra money, I did. I sold stuff that I didn't need at the house anymore. There's a lot of ways that you can earn income. So you just have to keep looking, and anything extra that you earn, you pay towards your debts. You don't use it for lifestyle creep because that's just going to get you in trouble. So you always have to use that extra income to just pay off the debt. Number 4, this is important. Avoid taking on new debt. What's the point of getting out of debt if you're just going to continually add more debt? This means do not use your credit cards anymore. Do not use loans. Try not to get any more loans. Now, if you're like me, which I talked about in my previous video about credit cards, is that even though I was in debt, I still use credit cards every day for my regular expenses. Now, the key to that is that it might not be a great idea if you're getting out of debt and in your debt repayment process. I didn't really use my credit cards as much while I was paying off the debt in the 4 years, but I did, and I have used them every day since for all of my purchases. I pay them off every month, I don't pay a cent of interest, and I get some nice rewards from it. But the key is to do not take on any more debt. Do what you need to stop taking on more debt. Number 5, one that I have not used, but I know people that have used it, says consider debt consolidation. This is a simple process where you're basically taking all of your loans, getting one loan and consolidate and paying all those other loans off with the one loan. Typically, especially if you have a lot of credit card debt, those interest rates could be 18 to 25%, where you can get a debt consolidation loan for maybe 9%. So you're able to cut that interest rate down. There are a lot of services that provide this. I didn't personally do debt consolidation, but there are services that do provide this. Now, there are people that like to use refinancing a mortgage and wrapping their debts into the mortgage. This does work. The key note to this is that you typically are going to be paying interest on that extra debt you added in for 30 years. And if you cannot pay the new monthly payment, you can lose your house. So this is a very dangerous game. You can do it, and typically you can get a pretty low rate for it, but you better be certain that you can pay off the debt. And then number 6, the most important outside of starting, is be patient. Paying off debt takes forever. It can be years. It was literally 4 years to the day almost when my wife and I started to pay off our debt during the Great Recession and when we ended in 2012. So it took 4 years to pay off $75,000 worth of debt. That was $50,000 of credit card and $25,000 of consumer loans such as auto loans and an ill-fated jet ski loan. The thing is that it is a long game. Just like investing takes a long time, paying off debt takes a long time, but you're basically saving yourself the interest by paying off this debt. Those high interest rates, you are giving yourself back that interest, which is a great thing. But there are going to be days where you're just getting crushed by emotion, and that happens. But you have to power through it because the other side of it is great. It wasn't until I paid off all my debt that I saw my wealth explode exponentially because I had the ability to use the money that I was earning for income generation and growth instead of debt repayment. So you have to keep looking towards the end of the tunnel for that light because it is there and you will get there. You just have to be patient, and that is the most important. So the two most important things are starting to pay off the debt and being patient. So these are the 6 steps that ChatGPT told me to pay off debt, and I think those are actually quite good. They're really good. That's exactly what I would tell people on how to pay off debt. Now, number 2 can be debated on if you want to use the avalanche method or the snowball method, but to me, it doesn't matter which method you use one that works for you and keeps you motivated to paying off debt. That's what's most important. So even though the craziness of AI, for using stuff like this, I think it was quite useful. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about how ChatGPT walked us down the road of debt repayment. If you enjoyed today's Money Short, please like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Is it mandatory? Nope. Would we be happy if you did? We sure would. I hope to see you guys next time on Money Shorts.